In this video, I am not taking you to a national park, nor am I taking you to any paid attraction. I am literally taking you through the roads from the east coast to the west coast of the South Island. And little did I know that this would become one of our best road trips ever. So today we are driving from Christchurch to the west coast town of Hokitika. Now, if you look at the map, the route cuts straight across the South Island through the mountains. And one thing you quickly realize in New Zealand is, road trips here are not about reaching fast. They are about everything that happens in between. As we left Christchurch behind, the city slowly faded away and open countryside started taking over. तो जैसे जैसे हम इस जर्नी में आगे बढ़ रहे थे, न्यूजीलैंड को लेकर हमारा पर्सपेक्टिव भी धीरे धीरे बदल रहा था। अब आप पूछोगे, इसका क्या मतलब है? So we live in Australia, and Australia itself is stunning. Beaches, mountains, road trips, dramatic coastlines. We've seen a lot already. So when we reached New Zealand's North Island, I was definitely enjoying the trip. But वो mind blown वाला moment होता है ना, वो अभी तक नहीं आया था. And the build-up was even more because everyone around us was going gaga about our New Zealand trip. I hadn't felt that way just yet. And don't get me wrong, we'd already seen some incredible things in New Zealand. We saw geothermal springs for the first time, watched nature create insane colors, cycled through beautiful wine estates, and so much more. By the way, all of this is captured in this video. To be honest, all of that was amazing, and we were so glad that all the activities we did them for the first time and truly enjoyed it. But somewhere deep down, I still kept thinking, is this the New Zealand everyone keeps obsessing over? जैसे जैसे इस रास्ते पर हम आगे बढ़ रहे थे, बार बार यही सोच रहे थे कि पहाड़ों के उस पार क्या होगा। क्या न्यूजीलैंड के खूबसूरत लैंडस्केप्स अब शुरू होंगे? क्या सब इसी के बारे में बता रहे थे? और ऐसे ही कई सारे थॉट्स चल रहे थे हमारे दिमाग में। And while all these thoughts were running in our heads, we arrived at our first major stop, Castle Hill. And the moment we stepped out of the car, everything just went silent and everything just felt magnificent. Huge limestone boulders scattered across rolling hills in absolutely random shapes and sizes. Some looked like giant walls, some looked like stacked ruins, and some honestly made us question how they were even holding up. These rocks were formed over millions of years through erosion and natural weathering. पर इस जगह को खास इसकी जियोलॉजी नहीं, इसका एटमॉस्फेयर बनाता है। वो हल्की सी हवा, वो दूर तक फैली हुई खामोशी और आसमान को चूमते हुए वो सैकड़ों पत्थर। ऐसा लग रहा था कि दिलों की धड़कन कहीं बाहर तक तो नहीं सुनाई दे रही। This was the first moment on our New Zealand trip where we both just stopped, looked around, and fell in love with New Zealand. Little did we know that this love is only gonna multiply in the next coming days. Back to the road, we started our journey from Castle Hill, continued deeper into the mountains and reached Castle Hill village. It's a tiny little place right next to these dramatic rock formations, and when I say tiny, I mean really tiny. It almost feels hidden away in the mountains. A few small houses, open grasslands, snowy peaks in the distance, and barely any noise around. It feels less like a village and more like a peaceful retreat that somehow escaped the modern world. Now, we were specifically recommended this stretch of our 15-day trip by one of our New Zealander friends, and we were so glad that we did it. It became one of our most favorite drives in New Zealand. Wide roads, open fields, distant mountains, and barely any traffic. Driving here feels weirdly peaceful. No honking, no rush, just long stretches of road and ridiculous scenery around you. And just like that, we arrived at our next stop, Lake Pearson. यहाँ आकर हमारा सबसे पहला रिग्रेट था कि हम कैंपर वैन में क्यों नहीं हैं, because this place deserves to be seen, to be felt, and to be lived. Of course, making sure that tourists don't litter around and preserve this place for the next set of tourists. यहाँ पानी इतना साफ है कि आप क्लियरली लेक बेड देख सकते हो। मन में बार बार ये ख्याल आ रहा था कि इतनी शांति कैसे हो सकती है। सच कहूं तो उन कुछ दिनों में ऐसा लग रहा था कि हम एक पैरेलल वर्ल्ड में आ गए हैं, जहां किसी को कोई जल्दी नहीं है, कोई भाग नहीं रहा है और नेचर आपके साथ और आप नेचर के साथ रम गए। जहां एक तरफ दिल कहता है जरा रुक, वहीं दिमाग कह रहा था थोड़ा संभल। As New Zealand roads are so windy, steep and narrow, we didn't want to drive late at night. We also didn't want to skip any of the stops ahead. And so, we went on. This was just another bend on the road, and we decided to pause for a bit here. It was a perfect spot to feel the magnificence and grandeur all around. तो यहाँ से हमारा और पहाड़ों का एक मज़ेदार खेल शुरू हो गया था। कभी वो हमारे साथ साथ होता, कभी पीछे निकल जाता और कभी लगता कि अभी भी वो हमसे काफ़ी दूर है। इसी आंख मिचोली के साथ हम पहुंच गए एक और स्टॉप। This is where the trail to Devil's Punchbowl Waterfall begins. Sure, we were tempted, but with a long drive still ahead before reaching Hokitika, we decided to save the trek for another trip and simply soak in the view from here. The river was so clean that I couldn't stop myself from quenching my thirst with this river water. As we started approaching the Arthur's Pass National Park region, the landscape started changing dramatically. The roads became more winding, the mountains became steeper, and suddenly every turn looked like a wallpaper. And these unbelievably beautiful turns brought us to yet another spot, which is also known as the Death's Corner. And soon you'll see why. This is kakapow, the world's heaviest parrot, and it cannot fly. It is widely considered the weirdest and most unique parrot on the planet. It is entirely endemic to New Zealand and incredibly rare. Glad we got to see it once. And honestly, it's a little bit terrifying. This is the Otira Viaduct lookout. It takes full advantage of its location with amazing views over the viaduct and the rugged scenery surrounding it. If you've only got time for 1 or 2 stops along this route, this should be one of them. At some point, we completely stopped caring about the schedule. Every 2-minute stop became a 20-minute stop. Do we regret them? Absolutely not, because New Zealand is not about the destination. It's about the journey and everything in between. As we got closer to the west coast, the landscape started changing. The roads became less windy, the fields became wider, and suddenly we found ourselves driving next to the ocean. This is how the landscape changes when driving from east to west of South Island. And after hours of driving through mountains, valleys, forests, and lakes, we finally arrived in Hokitika. It's a small coastal town with a super laid-back vibe, But the real reason we came here was for the next morning. For now, we went straight to our B&B, had our dinner, and slept like babies. तो अगली सुबह हमारा डेस्टिनेशन था Hokitika Gorge. We had seen photos of this place everywhere online and doubted if the color was edited. So, why not get a first-hand experience? हमारा अब तक का न्यूजीलैंड का सफ़र वेदर वाइज तो काफ़ी अच्छा था. We had good sunny days, clear blue skies, but as they say, अगर आप न्यूजीलैंड में हो और यहाँ के अनएक्सपेक्टेड वेदर का सामना नहीं किया, तो क्या किया? We were a bit disappointed initially, but then the rain, the mist, the low clouds rolling through the mountains started making this place look even more magical. There's something very raw about New Zealand's west coast. It feels untouched, less polished, more dramatic. तो फाइनली हम पहुंच गए Hokitika Gorge. अब मेन व्यू पॉइंट तक पहुंचने के लिए थोड़ा वॉक करना पड़ता है, बट थैंकफुली ये कोई इंटेंस हाइक नहीं है. बस एक पीसफुल फॉरेस्ट ट्रेल है, वुडन पाथवेज, सस्पेंशन ब्रिजेस और हर तरफ डेंस ग्रीनरी. So naturally, हम चलते गए एंड सडनली ट्रीज के बीच से हमें पहली बार पानी का एक ग्लिम्स दिखा, सिर्फ एक छोटी सी झलक. बट दैट अनरियल टर्क्वाइज कलर इंस्टेंटली ग्रैब्ड आवर अटेंशन. ऐसा लग रहा था जैसे किसी ने रिवर में ब्लू नियॉन लाइट डाल दी हो. उस फर्स्ट ग्लिम्स के बाद हम बस एक ही चीज सोच रहे थे कि अब तो जल्दी से मेन व्यू पॉइंट तक पहुंचना है. To reach the main viewpoint, you walk across this suspension bridge hanging above the gorge. And this might be one of the most beautiful spots of that place. Dense rainforest around you, crystal blue water below you, mountains in the distance. It genuinely feels like stepping into a fantasy world. And once again, we spent way too long trying to take photos that still didn't fully capture how beautiful this place actually is. This road trip from Christchurch to Hokitika started as a drive to reach a destination. But somewhere between Castle Hill, mountain roads, hidden lakes and Hokitika Gorge, the journey itself became the highlight. If you are planning a South Island road trip, don't rush this route. Stop often, take detours, pull over when something catches your eye. Because in New Zealand, the places you never planned for usually become the ones you remembered the most. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care.